Right, so Danielle's trip to Ocean City to find love isn't going well for her or her friends. They've been here for several days now, and despite arriving with high hopes of meeting men and going out on dates, it just hasn't worked out for them yet. So far, Danielle is the only one that's been on a date, and that brief yet awkward encounter ended with a swift rejection. Danielle has also been active on her new dating profile, but so far she has no new matches. So in the wake of all this failure, the girls decide to go out jet skiing to lift the mood a little, and afterwards they head down to the beach. However, sensing that something is still a little bit off with Danielle, Lexi takes her down to the waterside for a chat. Whilst there, she asks Danielle if she's nervous about getting into another relationship and being intimate with someone new.
I mean, ever since Mohamed said those things, talking about the way someone smells or what they do down there, I built a wall up.
By someone, she means her, and to be honest, this isn't hugely surprising. Those words would knock anyone's confidence. That said, it has been a while since then, so hopefully she's been able to rectify any rectifiable issues with either better personal hygiene or with the help of a medical professional. If she hasn't, she does need to, but if she has, what is she worried about?
Those things,
They stay with you.
they stay with you, and it takes a long time to get over them.
Give me a hug. Come here.
I do feel for her, but it has been 3 years now. They're not words that should just hurt and you get over them. If they're true, which she didn't really deny, she needs to do something about it, other than just hope that time will heal the embarrassment and all the other emotions that came with it. Either way, I guess we don't really know how bad it is, so we don't really know how valid Mohamed was for saying that. Maybe she's perfectly normal and this is just something irrational that she can't get out of her head.
No woman should have to hear those kind of words coming from your spouse.
Yeah, that's not really something anyone would want to hear, but to be fair to Mohamed, she was the one that brought it up. He just confirmed it. He was in a tell-all surrounded by people who were hounding him for not sleeping with her, which is problematic enough as it is. And not that he needed any other reason other than just saying that he didn't want to, but he confirmed when she brought it up that that was the reason.
If I were you, I would have a conversation with Mohamed about how you feel and how much it hurt you.
I mean, because that really hurt me.
It did.
Oh, for goodness sakes, leave the poor man alone. I really don't see how speaking to Mohamed is going to help. Given they're currently trying to remain friends, the last thing he's going to want to hear is her bringing up bedroom issues and demanding an apology for something he said years ago. If she needs to speak to someone, she should speak to a therapist.
In order to move forward all the way, I need this last apology from Mohamed. I need him to say what he did was wrong.
I thought the coffee shop date was supposed to be the final bit of closure she needed. How many final apologies or final confrontations does she need before she finally gets over him? Well, unsurprisingly, she didn't need much convincing, so they head back to the hotel to video call Mohamed. But before we get into that, a quick message from today's paid partnership with BetterHelp. Like many of us, Danielle has a lot to deal with. Self-confidence issues, past trauma, heartbreak, and navigating the modern world of dating. Thankfully, whatever you're dealing with, you don't have to do it alone, because therapy can give you the tools to approach your life in a very different way. Unfortunately, finding a therapist can be hard, and finding the right therapist can be even harder. That is why BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy accessible. BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easy because it's online, it's remote, and by filling out just a few questions, BetterHelp can match you with a credentialed therapist in as little as a few days. And if you don't really fit with that therapist, which is a common thing during therapy, you can easily switch to a new one at no additional cost. It's so easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. All you have to do is click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/arthurtv. Not only does that link help support this channel, it also gets you 10% off your first month with BetterHelp, so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you. So if you're struggling with anything at all, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Huge thank you to BetterHelp for supporting this channel. Now let's find out how the call with Mohamed goes.
Ever since you have said those words, it took a part of me away.
First of all, why is Mohamed rocking a gaming headset? He looks like he's about to drop into Tilted Towers and clean up the map. I mean, it can't be helping Danielle with the nerves, because she's worried enough as it is that Mohamed's gonna get angry at her for restarting drama that he thought was put to bed years ago.
If he isn't ready to apologize, I will be devastated and I probably will cut off all ties with him.
First of all, will she though? I mean, how many times has she said that before and come crawling back to him? But secondly, isn't that exactly what he wants? I know he's popped up to her a few times lately, but last time they hung out, he couldn't have seemed less interested. If he wasn't getting paid per appearance, I genuinely think he would have cut ties a long time ago.
You also have to apologize for the stuff that you said too. Because you said so much about me.
Yeah, it's a valid point to be fair. If he's gonna clear her name, she should apologise for all the time she's called him a user and a scammer. By the way, if you're wondering why all of Danielle's friends are gathered round, it's because she asked them to be there for support in case she breaks down. And to be fair, it pays off, because once they pipe up and tell Mohamed that they think he should apologise, he actually does.
It's like you made me say this stuff. Because I was hesitating. I don't want to talk about this kind of stuff. You started talking about it. You should have just said, okay, I don't want to talk about this, and I would never said it.
Yeah, so it sounds like he's victim blaming here a little bit, but to clarify, in that tell-all episode, everyone was having a go at him for refusing to be intimate with Danielle during their marriage. And when he said he had his reasons but didn't want to specify, Danielle stood up and said that it's because he told her that she smells down there. In response, he just agreed, saying you do, so he's right to say that she forced his hand there. Though he did follow that up with no man would ever want to sleep with someone like you, which he now realises was probably too far.
Of course I regret saying those things, because when someone gets mad, you just say anything to make the other person feel hurt, and I regret it. Sorry for saying that.
Fair enough. I didn't think he'd actually apologise. It didn't sound like he cared too much, but he was happy to admit that he was in the wrong. To be fair, he's probably also seen a room full of Danielles waiting to pounce on him, so maybe he just realised that it was worth swallowing his pride and putting this all to bed for self-preservation.
She's the only person that she did like, a lot of good stuff to me. Even with all the fights, all the nasty stuff, she did a lot of good stuff to me, okay? And she's a good person. This is the truth.
She might have done some good things for him, not that I can think of much other than just bringing him to the US. But good person is a bit of a stretch, no? Again though, maybe he just realises that this is what she needs to hear for closure. Not that he can ever be sure that this case has been put to bed, but he's giving it his best shot. Though he needs to be careful he doesn't go too far and make her think that there's a chance that they'll get back together again.
She's a hustler. She's been by herself, raising 4 kids, and if we put all the drama stuff aside, I respect her as a person.
I can't believe Mohamed's actually saying these things. After everything they've been through, he would have every right to hate her guts. I mean, she's lied to him, she's pressured him into things, she abandoned her son for Mohamed, she stalked him across the country, threatened him with deportation, took him to court, and harassed his friends and family members. I'm surprised he wants to be friends with her still, let alone say that she's a good person.
This apology, it means the world to me. I have kept this bottled up for years since he has said it.
I get that she wanted an apology, but he hasn't said that it wasn't true, so I wonder if this will actually help her. Like when she's on a date or building up to being intimate with a man. Not that I ever want to imagine that. Will the fact that Mohamed said that he was sorry and that he respects her as a person really change the fact that she feels insecure about smelling down there?
It feels good to get it off my chest, and I feel relieved that he understands what he did was wrong.
No mention of her acknowledging any wrongdoing of her own though. This is pretty much exactly what she said after the coffee date too, so I doubt this is the end of it. You've also got to wonder, if this was such a big thing for her, why did it take her 3 years to resolve it? I guess maybe she was a bit too embarrassed, or maybe she's only just realised how deep this trauma is for her.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay, later.
Bye.
Bye.
I love how Mohamed says talk to you later because he just knows she's coming back for more someday. That aside, Danielle really is a troubled individual, isn't she? It's hard to tell whether she really is upset by these things, or whether she's just getting in her feels about Mohamed and clinging to any excuse to cause drama and get Mohamed back into her life. Well, either way, hopefully now she can enjoy the rest of the holiday, especially given there's another date coming her way. So if you want to find out how that goes, make sure you're subscribed down below. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.